Welcome to the Health Force product training on SCRAM. So SCRAM is the Health Force product that's designed to combat pathogenic organisms. And so let's discuss these organisms to give a little background to prepare for a discussion of this product. So pathogenic organisms can range from microscopic amoeba or protozoa to tapeworms many feet in length. Obviously not something you really want to have in your body. If you do have these types of organisms in your body, they do a number of things which create problems for our health. Number one, they steal crucial nutrients from our food and supplements, for example, iron, and that can contribute to malnourishment conditions such as anemia. I might add that there are many pathogenic organisms that really like iron and feed on it and multiply. So somebody with a condition like anemia, for example, who's taking an iron supplement may very well simply be feeding the bugs that are helping to create the problem in the first place, unfortunately. These pathogenic organisms also secrete tissue-destroying enzymes and therefore contribute to tissue destruction in our body and conditions like leaky gut, atherosclerosis, fibromyalgia, skin conditions. These pathogenic organisms also secrete, via their excrement, I might add, a variety of highly toxic poisons that stress and damage our eliminative organs such as the liver and kidneys and weaken our immune system. These pathogens are really found everywhere in our environment. They're found in the air we breathe, the food we eat, in the soil and water, and on and in our pets. There could be a variety of different symptoms, really an enormous amount of different symptoms that one can have caused by these types of pathogenic organism infections. For example, chronic diarrhea or constipation, explosive bowel movements soon after eating, IBS, mucus in the stools, hemorrhoids, intestinal cramps, sore and aching intestines, changes in appetite, nausea, vomiting, foul-smelling gas, indigestion, stomach pain, gas and bloating, food allergies and sensitivities, loss of appetite, weakness and fatigue, itching around the anus, rashes and other skin problems, disturbed sleep, insomnia, itching on the soles of the feet, palpitations, anemia, hypoglycemia, fatigue, muscle pain, fibromyalgia, conjunctivitis, mood swings, anxiety, depression, brain fog, muscle and joint pain, PMS, prostate problems, male impotence, poor immunity, bad breath, bad body odor, obesity, and inability to gain weight, and many others. I mean, just about anything can be caused by these types of organisms infecting our bodies. And the truth is that this sort of situation is not just a third world disease. Um, the vast majority of people living in the United States, for example, have some sort of pathogenic organism infection in their bodies. Now let's talk a little bit about the process of removing these pathogens. And the first thing to know is that even though we are exposed to these pathogens in air and water and food and by contact with our pets, that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be infected by them. They're not necessarily going to be able to live inside our body. And in fact, a healthy, clean, and pH balanced body that has a balanced intestinal ecology and a strong immune response will quickly kill and remove any pathogenic organism that it's exposed to. So you don't have to be, overly neurotic about making sure you don't have any exposure to these organisms. You're going to have exposure. There's really no way to avoid it. The real key is to get your body into a state of health so that these organisms won't be able to take hold in your body and create a stronghold and infect you, basically. Unfortunately, through various stresses and environmental toxin exposure and poor diet and lifestyle choices, many of us are not very healthy. We have an overly acidic, oxygen-poor, toxic environment in our bodies, and that really provides the ideal conditions for the growth of these types of unfriendly organisms. Removing these pathogens once they infect us can actually be fairly challenging for a number of reasons. Pathogenic organisms always seem to exist in partnership with fungal infections, and most commonly Candida. There can be other types of fungal infections besides just Candida, by the way. But oftentimes these pathogens, whether they be amoeba or protozoa or tapeworms or whatever, they're sort of in partnership with a fungal infection. So that makes it doubly difficult to get rid of. You really have to deal with the fungal infection and the parasite. As these pathogenic organisms are dying also, they release large amounts of toxins into our body through our excrement. They kind of go out with a bang, effectively. And when they finally do die, their dead carcasses create an additional toxic burden that our body has to deal with, usually our liver. Um, these pathogenic organisms also harbor their own smaller germs and infections. Things like protozoa, amoeba, bacteria, and viruses can be infecting a tapeworm, for example. And when that tapeworm dies, they release these other microbes and germs into our bloodstream that then could potentially infect us. So obviously, killing these pathogens can be fraught with difficulty. There's a massive amount of toxins that get dumped into our bloodstream as we attempt to kill these pathogenic organisms, and that can create a massive detox reaction that is extremely uncomfortable. I would say trying to kill pathogens, parasites in your body is one of the most fraught with potential difficulty in terms of detox reaction. The kind of thing where you're in bed feeling like you just got hit by a truck with a fever, feel horrible aching all over your body. I mean, just completely wiped out because your body just can't deal with the amount of toxins coming into the bloodstream as you're trying to kill these pathogens. So really any quality pathogen removal product is going to include support for your liver, because remember, your liver's job is to clean your blood. And if you're trying to kill these pathogenic organisms, you've got a lot of toxins coming into your bloodstream that your liver is going to have to deal with. And also, it's really important to make sure that your body's main channel of elimination, which is your bowels, your colon, is open. And by open, I mean you're having normal bowel function, which is 2 to 3 significant bowel movements per day. And you should be in that state before you begin any pathogen removal program. I mean, if you're constipated, it's obviously your main channel of elimination is not functioning very well. You're going to really have a difficult time getting rid of all these toxins that are getting dumped into your bloodstream as you're trying to kill these pathogens. And they're therefore going to have a massive cleansing reaction, detox reaction that's going to be extremely uncomfortable and unpleasant. So if necessary, if you're not having normal bowel function and you want to do a pathogen cleanse, you can use a product like the Health Force Intestinal Movement Formula if necessary, which really helps support normal bowel function to really increase your bowel movements per day for the duration of your pathogen cleanse, to really assure that the cleanse goes comfortably and effectively. And now continuing on with our discussion about removing these pathogens, I might note that people that do successful pathogen cleanse often report some really great benefits that show up for them. Things like more energy, better digestion, improved sleep, stronger and more effective immune system, reduced muscle and joint pain, improved mood, memory, and thinking ability, improved skin and hair health, and much more. There's just so many symptoms that can be caused by these pathogens. So when you do a quality pathogen cleanse, oftentimes random symptoms that were just inexplicable will vanish for you. So let's discuss the Health Force product SCRAM now. This product, designed to address pathogenic organism infections, has a number of different herbs in it. Things like cloves, black walnut, wormwood, milk thistle seed extract, Chancropiedra extract, and a variety of different digestive enzymes as well. And SCRAM uses the combination of herbs, black walnut, cloves, and wormwood to support removal of all stages of the life cycle of these pathogens. Black walnut and wormwood are toxic to the adult and developmental stages of at least 100 different pathogens, while cloves are toxic to the eggs. And that's really beneficial to use all three of these herbs together. I mean, if you just use cloves, you're going to kill the eggs, but the adults will eventually lay more eggs and produce more pathogens, and the infection will continue. If you just use black walnut and or wormwood, you'll kill the adults, but these eggs will eventually hatch into more adults, and the infection will continue. So using all three of these herbs together are a really effective way to really destroy all the developmental stages of these pathogens and completely eliminate the infection. Um, and I might add that these herbs are also toxic to fungus and yeast, which are often found infecting concurrently with these other types of pathogenic organisms. So it's really, these three herbs are really the foundation of this formula. And this formula also contains some great liver and kidney support in the form of milk thistle and Chanca extract. Both of these herbs provide both liver and kidney support, and liver and kidneys are really two of the organs that really work to detoxify your blood. And we know that when you're trying to kill pathogens, all sorts of toxins are going to get dumped into your blood from that process. So really important you have some liver and kidney support in your formula, which this product does have, to support your body in eliminating those toxins. And then finally, we have some enzymes in the formula as well, and these enzymes are added to help digest food. One of the things to know is that if you're not digesting your food well, any undigested food really serves to feed pathogenic organisms. Pathogenic organisms just love undigested food, so improving your digestion is one way to take away the food source of these pathogenic organisms that are living inside you. And some enzymes also help to actually digest certain pathogens. So these enzymes are a really nice addition to this formula. Finally, now let's discuss how to use this product. First, we only have one size available, that's the 150 cap bottle. And we have a well-defined protocol for you to follow with this product. You start on day 1 with 1 vegan cap. Day 2, you go to 3 vegan caps. Day 3, you bump up to 6 vegan caps. And then on day 4, you go to 10 vegan caps. And you continue with that 10 vegan cap per day dosage all the way through until the bottle is empty at day 18. So 10 vegan caps might seem like a lot of capsules to be taking, but that's really what's required to get the job done in this case. And ideally, you'll take each day's dosage all at once. A lot of people like to take it with a meal, just helps their stomach from feeling unsettled. So if that works for you, that's certainly the way to go. You could take it on an empty stomach as well if that works for you, but just take it all at once, ideally. And it is possible to follow the first bottle up with a second bottle. I really wouldn't use this product for more than a couple of months continuously. These herbs in this formula are toxic to pathogenic organisms. They're also mildly toxic to you, specifically your liver. And so you really don't want to stress your body out too much by taking this product for a solid year, for example. Certainly, a couple months on this product should be enough to deal with any kind of pathogenic organisms you've got going on inside your body. And there are a number of suggested adjuncts which are recommended for this product. First, if you're someone who's fairly toxic or someone whose liver is not functioning all that effectively, it's really important to give yourself some extra liver support. This formula, as we discussed, has liver support built into it, but for those who need it, it may be wise to take the Health Force product Liver Rescue in addition while you're taking this SCRAM product, just to give yourself that extra liver support to keep your experience comfortable. Also, if you're a person who is not having normal bowel function being 2 to 3 significant bowel movements per day, then it's probably wise to use the Health Force product intestinal movement formula while you're taking SCRAM. And the intestinal movement formula is simply a product that helps support normal bowel function to help you get up to that level of 2 to 3 significant bowel movements per day so that your main channel of elimination is functioning well to get these toxins out of your body. And that will just help keep the whole cleansing experience using SCRAM, or when using SCRAM, much more pleasant and smooth. And also, it may be wise to support your digestion. Remember, we talked about how undigested food feeds pathogenic organisms. So we have a product called digestion enhancement enzymes that you can take with each meal to really dramatically improve your digestion of food so that you're effectively not feeding the pathogens. Also important to stay adequately hydrated while you're using SCRAM. This will support your kidneys in removing toxins from your bloodstream. It's important to get moderate exercise while you're doing a pathogen cleanse as well, because exercise really stimulates lymphatic flow, as does rebounding, as does massage therapy. So any of these things that really help move the lymph fluids will help you detoxify much more effectively and keep the cleansing experience much more pleasant as a result. And then finally, you don't want to be eating toxic food while you're trying to kill parasites. It doesn't make any sense to do that. So, if your diet's not clean already, it would be wise to clean up your diet while you're using this product. And by that, I simply mean eating a whole foods, organically grown diet is really an effective way to support the use of this product. So that's about all I've got for you on the SCRAM product. This is a very effective product, very potent product, but we feel it's really critical to basically eliminate these pathogenic organisms if you're interested in optimum health.